A woman kneels in prayer, head bowed, hands clasped before her. She is bathed in the soft glow of divine light that streams from the heavens above, illuminating the landscape below. The light wraps around her like a blanket, enveloping her in its warmth and radiance. Above her, the night sky is a tapestry of twinkling stars, some hidden behind wispy clouds that drift lazily across the cosmos. The scene is one of serenity and devotion, a quiet moment of connection between the woman and the divine. I stood there mesmerized by the sight before me, not daring to break the spell of it. It was as though the very heavens had opened up to pour forth their light upon this humble servant below. And as I watched, I could feel my own spirit lifting, my own faith being rekindled by the sheer majesty of the moment. Then, as quickly as it had come, the light began to fade, retreating back into the vast expanse of the cosmos. As it did, the clouds parted just enough to reveal a glimpse of the moon, which shone down upon the world with a gentle, silvery light. In that instant I saw the face of God reflected in the rippling waters below, and then it hit me, the full force of what I had just witnessed. This was no ordinary light. This was the very essence of divinity shining down upon us, a reminder of the sacredness of life and the presence of the divine in all things. The woman in the painting is not merely a figure of piety, but a symbol of humanity's eternal quest for connection with the transcendent. She represents the yearning of every human heart to reach up and touch the face of God, to bask in the warmth of His love and to draw strength from His unwavering presence. I thought about all the times that I had looked up to the heavens and yearned for a glimpse of the divine, all the times that I had searched for meaning and purpose in a world that often seemed dark and full of despair. And I realized that the answer to my prayers had been with me all along, hidden in plain sight. The light from the sky, the stars, the clouds, the moon. These are not merely natural phenomena, but signs pointing to the presence of something greater than ourselves, something that has been with us since the beginning of time and will be with us until the end. As I continued to gaze at the painting, I could feel the weight of eternity pressing down upon me, the immensity of the divine light that had shone upon the woman in the painting that had touched her heart and set her spirit on fire. In that moment, I knew that I could never look at the heavens in the same way again, for I had seen the face of God reflected in the light of 1,000 stars. The painting is a masterpiece of dramatic art, with the woman's kneeling form casting an elongated shadow across the landscape below. The use of light and shadow is masterful, creating a sense of depth and dimension that draws the viewer into the scene. The brushstrokes are bold and confident, yet there is a delicacy to the artist's touch that is evident in the way that the light is rendered, as well as the subtle expressions on the woman's face. It is clear that the artist was deeply inspired by the biblical account of the Transfiguration, when Jesus took 3 of His disciples up a mountain and was transfigured before their eyes, His face shining like the sun and His clothes becoming white as light. The artist has captured the essence of that moment when Peter, James and John were filled with such awe and wonder that they fell to their knees and cried out in amazement. But the painting is more than just a depiction of a biblical scene. It is a meditation on the nature of faith and the power of the divine light to transform our lives. Just as the disciples were transformed on the mountaintop, so too can we be transformed when we turn our hearts and minds to God. The light that shines on the woman in the painting is not just a physical phenomenon, but a spiritual one as well. It is the light of God's presence, the light that can penetrate the darkness of our sin and bring us to repentance. It is the light that can illuminate the path of righteousness and lead us to salvation. The woman in the painting is not just a symbol of humanity's yearning for God, but also a representation of our ability to turn towards Him and receive His light. She is a symbol of our capacity for faith and our potential for transformation. This painting is more than just a work of art. It is a testament to the power of faith and the transforming power of the gospel. It is a reminder that when we turn our hearts and minds to God, we can experience the light of His presence and be transformed into His likeness.